Hey guys, and welcome back to the channel. This week's video is a mini vlog, and if you're new to the channel, I use mini vlogs to take my gear out into situations, environments that I feel I could improve in as a videographer. They are about practice and sharing my experience with that practice with you, as well as cutting together the footage into a cool little short video and sharing that as well so you could see what I did and why I did it. So tonight's theme is all about night shooting at night in the dark. Fortunately, living in Seattle, there are a lot of lights all over the city, so I was able to go out downtown and have a decent amount of light, but it's still kind of fun to try and balance that exposure for the lights as well with the shadows and the people walking around the streets and the cars and all that sort of stuff. I used one lens exclusively for this night shoot, and it was my Tamron 70-200 2.8 lens. I kept the aperture at 2.8 the whole time. I had my ISO pushed up to about 2500, maybe 3200 at most, and I was shooting in slow motion 60 frames per second for the recording rate. And I shot everything in HD, just 1080p, because my 5D Mark IV doesn't have 4K and 60 frames per second. So overall, I was pretty happy with the shoot. Something I wish I had done and been more thoughtful of is transitions. I wish I had given myself a little more room on the beginning and end of my shots to transition them into other shots. Instead, I kept things probably a little too still quite often, and I didn't leave the camera recording for as long as I should have. So that's something to keep in mind. Something else that I had wished I had brought with me was a monopod to be able to have something that I could conveniently walk around with but still stabilize the camera. This lens does have vision correction or image stabilization built into it, but the motor recalibrates sometimes mid-shot and creates kind of a weird little shift in the frame, which is really distracting and has made me have to scrap several shots in the past. And I think just being able to have the fluidity and smooth movement of panning with a monopod, something stable, would really help keep those shots in order, looking better. Overall, what I was trying to go for was kind of a dark exposure in a lot of these shots, really just using the city lights as my reference point, and then working to bring up some of those shadows in post, but not too much, because night photography, night videography is pretty moody, and I think that should be captured versus something that's grainy and overly exposed to make it look fake. That's something I struggle with a lot as a videographer and a creator, is how to capture the reality and the authenticity of what I'm shooting while also trying to add my own creative flair to it and how I want people to see that image or footage. Let me know if you think that way too. So please like this video, subscribe to the channel for more mini vlogs and experimentations, and of course bi-monthly short films. And yeah, without further ado, here is walking around Seattle at night.